Hello, press room color control fans. Steve here at TestCon, bringing you another TestCon tech tip. We're doing SpectroDens still. I've got a feature today, which I'm sure is going to be of interest to everybody. It has to do with G7. G7's a popular topic in our industry today, and it's gaining lots of traction. It's very widely used. The feature itself is called Gray Guide, but that's essentially the G7 implementation on the SpectroDens. So come on back in a few minutes and we're going to show you how it works. Okay, we're back and ready to go looking at the Gray Guide feature. This is for checking your G7 compliance. So I've got my SpectroDens 4. First thing I'm going to do is put it into the Gray Guide mode. So I'm going to come to the mode selector and I'm going to scroll down to where it says Gray Guide and hit enter. Before I take any measurements, I'm going to jump down here to the how you configure the Gray Guide mode. So I'm going to enter into here. It's called Gray Guide Setup, and you can choose your what kind of control strip you're using. If I select here, right, I can see I can work in just a single spot mode. TestCon has two formats of a control strip. Looks like this. We'll scan that later on. We also support spot on and press sign control guides as well, or control strips. So let's just start off in the single spot mode. I'm going to select that. Next thing you need to do is enter your paper type, or configure your paper type. So I've got a whole bunch of paper types that are preloaded, that come preloaded in the device. All of the, there's some Grackle and Swap, and the ISO paper types are in here. I'm going to just pick the ISO 2013 PC1 white backing. That's probably close enough to my press sheet here for today. So I'm going to go ahead and just select that. And there's a feature in here called auto reference. You want to have that turned on inside your SpectroDens as well. It kind of works hand in hand with the SCCA feature. So SCCA is part of G7, and this is it allows you to kind of shift all the gray measurements so they're relative to your paper stock. So G7 is all about gray balance on your paper stock, and this is the substrate corrected feature, right? So it's going to rotate all the measurements, the aim values that is for gray, so they're relative to the paper stock you're printing on. I think ID Alliance, their recommendation is to turn this on for paper stocks with a delta E of 5 or higher from one of their AIM paper stocks. Although I've heard also a lot of G7 consultants say to just turn it on all the time, and that's okay as well. So I'm going to go ahead and just leave it turned on. And next you can set your tolerances for the CMYK solids, tolerances for the RGB for the overprints, and also for the weighted delta L values, right? That's for your on your grayscale, or on your neutral print density curve, and also the weighted delta CH as well. So I've got these things set up already, and I think we're going to be ready to go here. So it's asking me to measure my paper white. So I'm going to do so. I'm going to measure my paper white. And then I'm going to measure my solids. So I'm going to measure my black, and I get a delta E, right? I get a density for my black, I get a delta E, and I get some pass-fail indication because that's within my tolerance that I had selected. I can also see the L, A, and B of my measurement and of my reference down here. So let's continue. We'll check the other remaining solids. My cyan looks like I passed. I'll check my magenta. That's a pass, and I'm gonna go to my yellow, and that's a pass. So I'm doing good here. My solids passed. I'll take a peek at my overprints, and I can see, yep, I'm doing good there as well. 2 delta E, that's a 2 delta E, and a 1.9, so I'm doing good. So the next thing I'm gonna do is look at my, my important HR patch, right? That's that mid-gray patch. I've got one here. I'm gonna take a measurement, and I can see what's going on. I'm getting some specific ink density adjustments, right, to improve the match on that HR patch here. I can see that my density is a little high, right? It's 0.03 too high, and I'm looking at a delta A of plus 1.2 and a delta B of plus 2.3. So as a result, you can see it's actually telling us to take the magenta down in density and the yellow down in density. And presumably, if I did so on press, I would be dialing in a better gray balance match for that 50% patch. I can also check the SC patch here, and for the SC patch, right, I'm getting an adjustment. It's telling me what to do to better dial in my SC patch. And I can check all the patches on here. It's going to automatically know which patches I'm measuring. So I just measured a 25% black only patch, and it knows it's the black only patch. And again, it's telling me what to do on press to adjust that and get a better G7 match. So you can do it in spot mode like this. I'm also going to show you how to do, we're going to scan one, because I have a color bar that's nicely laid out. So I'm going to go back to my gray guide setup, and I'm going to change my control strip to a Teshcon Gray Guide version 2. I'm going to select. I'm going to leave everything else the same, and I'm ready to go here. It's asking me for a white measurement, and now I should be able to measure this gray patch, or this ramp. So I'm going to scan across. And what's cool is it's going to give me the scores, right? So my solids are scored automatically, my overprints, and I can see my weighted delta L and my weighted delta CH. Okay, we're back. We just finished looking at the Gray Guide feature on the Teshcon SpectroDens 4. I know that was a lot of fun for me. I hope you guys had fun too. You guys have any questions about G7 or anything to do with the SpectroDens, don't forget, you can always give us a call. We'd be happy to talk to you. That's going to wrap it up for this week's edition of Teshcon Tech Tip. We'll see you next time.